We are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. We heard from 4 heads of Brahma, 4 Vedas came, and all its parts. Yesterday we heard. Then the thread ceremony for the twice born was inaugurated. Twice born means first birth we get seminal birth. Second birth is when we get divine knowledge through divine initiation. That is second birth. That time also males will get this sacred thread that was inaugurated. Our Gurudev told that the word initiation is not actually fully appropriate for Diksha. But because there is no other word in English, so we use this. But if you go to see in Oxford Dictionary, initiation means to accept someone in some society and these things. But Gurudev said here, this Diksha word and initiation, they are not totally same. Because Diksha means Dibya Jnanam Dadati. When Guru, realized soul, will confer divine knowledge to sincere aspirant, one who is surrendered to Krishna and to Guru, has firm faith, then Guru will reveal that knowledge to such, and by which the sinful propensities will be destroyed. Means all activities which are averse to the service of Krishna. This Divya Jnana and Ksha means that, I forgot the one, Papa Kshayati or something. So here it is not worldly knowledge something. It is divine knowledge, and that can be only God through revelation. One cannot get it by his own effort without surrendering to bona fide Guru, and bona fide Guru must be a realized soul. Otherwise, it will not be actual Diksha. So, then the thread ceremony for the twice born was inaugurated, as were the rules to be followed for at least 1 year after acceptance of the Vedas. Vedas means, Krishna says, by all the Vedas, I am to be known. That is the ultimate purpose of Vedas. To get knowledge of Krishna, our relationship with Him, what is our natural function in relation to Him, and what is the ultimate goal. So after one accepts mantra Diksha, he has to follow certain rules and regulations for the service of Krishna. They are given by Krishna. To those activities which are displeasing to him, one has to vow to give them up, not to do them. And those activities which are for his satisfaction, one will vow to do them. That is why for initiation there are 2 conditions to be met before. One is, aspirant must have firm faith, Shraddha. By serving Krishna, one serves all. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all are ever linked with Him. As by watering the root of a tree, whole tree is nourished. Like that, by serving Krishna, all are properly served. That firm faith must be there, without any doubt, and one has to agree to follow as per desire of Krishna those rules and regulations given in scriptures and by Guru Parampara, disciplic succession, or disciplic succession or preceptor's line, both you can say. So one has to agree to follow certain things there for satisfaction of Krishna and give up those which are not. And this. But if someone does not have yet awakened that firm faith, then he is to gather some sukriti, those activities which are for the satisfaction of Krishna, and hearing Harikatha, reading scriptures and like this. Then that firm faith in Krishna will be awakened in one's heart, because it is already there. Every jiva, like iron is attracted to magnet, every jiva is attracted to Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. But it is now covered by other desires, because we wanted to enjoy this world. But it is not unnatural. Faith in God is natural for every living entity. It may be perverted into so many things, and it may be on different levels, but it is natural, like instinct. So when one will gather enough sukriti, then that firm faith will be awakened. Then by Krishna's grace, naturally, he will get association of devotees of Krishna, real devotees of Krishna. And then Krishna will reveal to him who is his dearmost. And that will be Guru, who is personal associate of Krishna, his dearest. And when one gets such revelation and has firm faith in Krishna and in Guru, who is personal associate of Krishna, one who knows Krishna, one who is serving Krishna all the time, and Krishna sent him to rescue us. And he is ready to follow the instructions of such bona fide Guru for the service of Krishna. Such aspirant, he is entitled to receive that divine knowledge of service to Krishna. It is, in Sanskrit, it is called Diksha, and it has, generally it is two. One is Harinam Diksha, that is when you are initiated into holy name. Another is Mantra Diksha, for the worship of deity. Then there may be also Sannyas Diksha, but that is not absolutely necessary for all. Even Mantra Diksha is not absolutely necessary for all, but Harinam is most important. So then after getting, then you are to follow. Some people think, I will take initiation and then it is done. Okay, now Guru everything will do. I am blessed, I am rescued, like this. It is not like that. That is a starting point. Admission to school. When you go to school, you enroll, then you have to study and you have to pass the exams. Then you will get that degree. Like that, Diksha is a starting point. It is like getting seed of devotion, and then you have to water it to grow by hearing about Krishna, chanting about Krishna and other services there. Then it will grow, and then you have to remove some weeds they are growing beside, means some other desires, and you have to protect so that no any offense to any Vaishnava will come. And then that creeper will grow and pierce through this material world, then go to Viraja, Brahmajyoti, then Vaikuntha, and ultimately if you are destined for Krishna, then you will go to him. But that is a process. We have to cultivate that seed. So here, the rules to be followed after acceptance of the Vedas. All the Vedas, they're contained in Brahma Gayatri. In seed, like in seed, whole tree is there. Banyan tree is very big tree. How is it possible is in such small seed? It is possible by the will of Krishna. Like that in mantra, everything is there. But we have to realize that through cultivation. So Vedas or mantra, that is why there it is written in Upanishad, Tadvigyana artam sagurum eva bigachet. Samit pani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. If one wants to get the realization of absolute truth, Tadvigyana artam sagurum eva bigachet. He has to approach bona fide guru with that articles in his hand for service, that is in those days for yagya, like firewood and these things, means with service attitude. Then this will be characteristics of disciple, but guru is Shrotriya Brahmanishta. Shrotriya means he heard the Vedas. He is well versed in the Vedas. He knows all the Vedas. That does not mean that he must memorize all verses, but he knows the purpose of Vedas, that it is devotion to Krishna. That is in language of Upanishad, Atmati evopasita. You have to worship Atma, means supreme self, that is Krishna. We are Jivatma, he is supreme. So sometimes Upanishad you have to know, Atma word refers to Jiva or to Krishna. So here it is exclusively or only you have to worship this Paramatma, means supreme, in short language. So that is the point. Or he must have heard mantra from bona fide preceptorial channel, like Krishna gave to Brahma, Brahma gave to Narad, Narad gave to Vyasa, and like this it comes, mantra. In mantra, everything is contained inside, but you have to realize. So both these meanings, either he is well versed in all the Vedas or he received mantra, the same thing. Another is Brahmanishta. He must be firmly fixed in Supreme Lord, means he must be realized soul. He must have realization, and that will be shown that he is 24 hours engaged in the service of Krishna. If one has realization of Krishna and his eternal relation with him, he cannot do anything but service of Krishna all the time. It's quite natural. Krishna is eternal, I am eternal, a relation is eternal, so service is eternal. This is in Upanishad. Then you will find in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna, 4th chapter, Tad vidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. O Arjuna, if you want to get this divine knowledge, then you have to approach bona fide guru with bowing down, surrendering to him, and inquiring for your eternal welfare. If we think we already know, then we will not inquire. But those whose Atma is awakened, they will inquire sincerely from the heart. Then Guru will speak. Pranipatena pariprashnena, that is inquiry, and sevaya. He will serve Guru and follow his best service to Guru is follow his instruction. Then you can get the divine knowledge, O Arjuna. And what is the qualification of Guru? Jnanina Tattva Darshina. He's a Jnani. In this case, in this context, it means one who has knowledge. Jnana means knowledge. So here, knowledge means divine knowledge. Jnaninas, he has all the knowledge of transcendental matters. And Tattva Darshi, he is seeing the truth, means he's a realized soul. Not only hearing and theoretically, but actually seeing. And there are certain symptoms of such person. It is stated in Shastra. Also Krishna says in Gita, 12th chapter, and in Shastra it is written, so we have to observe these symptoms, otherwise we may be cheated. Because Shiva told to Parvati, in this Kali Yuga, O Devi, you will find many gurus, so-called gurus, many. They are there to squeeze the money from disciples or any other worldly things. Pseudo-guru, bogus guru, many. Shiva told, Shiva speaks the truth. But rarely you will find, O Devi, a bona fide guru who will take away suffering from disciple by prescribing devotion to Krishna. For that he himself must be devoted, otherwise how he can. But Krishna assures in the Gita, Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gachati. One who is sincere for eternal welfare, really he wants eternal welfare, he will never be deceived. Never be deceived. Why? Because he is sincere, he wants the real thing. So Krishna will provide him with bona fide guru. Krishna is residing in our heart. We cannot cheat him, we cannot deceive him. He knows everything. So those who will have that desire to attain service of Krishna, Krishna will make that arrangement. He will reveal who is his own person, who knows me personally, who will show you the right path, how you can come to me. It is given by Krishna. We cannot get by our own effort. We cannot recognize by our own effort. Krishna has to reveal to those who are sincere for eternal welfare. Then the transaction will be bona fide. Then in SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, 11th Canto, that verse is there. Tasmad gurum prapadeta jigyasa shreya uttamam shabde parechanishnatam brahmani upasamashrayam. When our Gurudev used to explain this topic, whenever he was in Western countries, in every place he will say this. There was one Nimi Maharaj and a king. Then one day, 9 saints, Navajogendras, they came to his house out of their own accord, and he received them with respect and washed their feet and put that water on his head. And he told, it is very rare to get this human birth, very rare. Among all the species, human birth very rare. We heard 8 million species we have to pass to get human birth. And human births are small in number, so it is very rare. But it is even more rare, Nimi Maharaj says, to get Vaikuntha Priyadarshan, to get vision to receive audience of one who is there to Vaikuntha. In this context, it means Supreme Lord, means his own personal associate. Those who are personal associate to Krishna, pure devotees. It's very rare, so I'm very fortunate. You are coming out of compassion. You have no any other business. You don't come to us to get something from us. You come out of compassion to rescue us. So he was worshipping. Then he inquired some questions, and our Gurudev used to explain one of those. Mainly, there are others also, but this one, he said, "Oh, Nimi Maharaj," because he inquired how I can be rescued from Maya. I am a slave of the senses. I am suffering. How I can be rescued? Then Prabhupada Muni told that, "Oh, Nimi Maharaj, everyone in this world, every sentient being, not only human beings, every sentient means those beings who feel, living beings, they feel sentient. They all want happiness and they want to remove distress. Everyone. You can observe this. And they're trying to get that happiness by means of activities, in this context, karma, that is out of false ego. Karma means out of false ego in this context. They're trying in many ways. But, O Nimi Maharaj, instead of decreasing their suffering and getting happiness, they're getting just the opposite. This was actually a test. Our Gurudev told, like in Ayurveda treatment, when you are sick, then doctor will examine you and he will see what is the problem. And in most of the diseases are due to some impurities in the body, due to improper digestion or emotional or something, some impurities. So in Ayurveda, the system is you cannot give medicine directly because that ama, that impurities are preventing that medicine to properly enter and to act. So first procedure is virechan. You have to take that 3 vril lehyam, for example. There are others also, purgatives, that will clear your all bowels and the intestine and everything. And you have to follow proper diet. Then after this procedure, then medicine can be given. Not directly medicine, it will not work. So like that, here our Gurudev explained, what Prabhupada Muni was explaining to Nimi Maharaj, it was like Virechan. First, he has to remove all wrong ideas. How we can get happiness and how we can remove distress. If aspirant will agree to it, he will observe, yes, it is true. And there are examples, like one man is thinking, I will get, he's working and he's getting some things and he's eating and like this, and he's thinking, I'm not satisfied. I need one wife. So then he marries and he thinks together we will try for happiness and they will work for happiness. But after some time, the happiness is not there. So he thinks, yes, I need some children also. Then together we will try. And then 1, 2, 3 like this. And together they are trying, but still that is not happening. So then, instead of getting happiness, unhappiness is increased. So, but those who are in illusion, in false ego, they think this is the proper path. So here first he had to test him. He told him, you see, Nimi, all they want happiness and they are trying for happiness, but you see, they're getting just the opposite. Then he was observing him, whether Nimi Maharaj will agree to it or he will think, no, it is not correct. Yes, we should try more and more. Then we will get. But it is like you are trying to get water from Fata Morgana, Mirich or Phantasmagoria. In desert, you see there is water there, but that is optical illusion. There is no water. The more you go towards the water, the more it will recede back. You will never get it. Like that here. But those who are ignorant animals, deers like this, they will go. Like that, those who are ignorant, they will think this is the proper path. But those who have gathered enough sukriti, they are fortunate, they will be able to detect this, they will be able to see, and they will agree. So only after one will lose hope and lose that faith that this is the right process, then the real medicine can be given. Otherwise not, it will not work. He's still having faith in that and he's thinking, yes, if I will try more and more, then I will. So how medicine can be given? Means proper action cannot be given. First, this virechan, this purification must happen. He was observing, and some other things he was also telling about money. When you want money, means you are unhappy because of want of money. You don't have money, so you are unhappy. Then you work for money. While working, you are unhappy. When you get money, you again become unhappy. How to spend it, how to preserve it. When you lose it, again you are unhappy. In all phases, that a very nice description there, how in all phases there is anxiety, suffering, and about heavenly planets also he told him. One may think, yes, maybe not here, but in heavenly planets their enjoyment is greater, so there, but there also there is quarrel, rivalry, jealousy, and you will fall down after your pious activities will be exhausted, you will fall down. So all this, there is a big topic. Only briefly I'm remembering now for my own purification. So after he told him all that, and Nimi Maharaj did not disagree. After seeing that really he is now ready, then Prabhupada Muni told him this verse, which I uttered. Tasmad gurum prapadyeta, jigyasa shreya uttam. Therefore, O Nimi Maharaj, giving up all that prospects, false ideas, you have to surrender to bona fide Guru. Tasmad gurum prapadyeta, you have to surrender to him. And you have to inquire from him about Shreya Uttama. What is ultimate or highest welfare or benefit? What is ultimate benefit? In Upanishad you will find there are two paths, Preyah and Shreya. Path of hedonism, worldly enjoyment, and path of eternal welfare. Path of hedonism, at first it seems like nectar. You are getting sense pleasure, but ultimate consequence is suffering, poison. But in the path of eternal welfare, in the beginning it seems like poison, because you have to control yourself, you have to restrict and engage yourself in the service of Krishna, but ultimate result will be nectar. So those who are wise, who are intelligent, who are sober persons, they will accept the path of eternal welfare. relinquishing that path. So Shreya means that which is beneficial, and here ultimate or highest, Uttam, Shreya Uttama. You have to inquire because we don't know. Otherwise we would do that and we would be happy, but obviously we don't know. So we have to inquire, and it has to be revealed to us by the causeless mercy of Krishna. That is Guru grace, and that is grace incarnate form, personified mercy of Krishna is Guru. It's not different from him. Like sun rays and sun, they are not different. Through the rays of the sun, we can see the sun. Sun is revealing himself through the rays of the sun. Ignoring the rays of the sun, we cannot have any contact with sun. So, Shreya Uttama. Shabde Pare Cha Nishnatam. He is well versed in transcendental sound, that means Vedic scriptures or mantra. Shabde Pare. And Supreme Lord, he is expert in that. He is realized. So, Brahmani Upasamashram. He is fully in the shelter of Supreme Lord. So, that is the way. So here, one has to accept the Vedas and follow the instructions of the Vedas. That is why Guru will test his disciple, whether really means that is bona fide Guru. False Guru, he will accept anyone just for getting money. But real Guru has to examine first whether he is sincere or not for eternal welfare. And disciple also can examine Guru whether really he is a real devotee of Krishna or not. Guru, in the commentary of this verse, which I now said from Bhagavatam, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, the aspirant may understand that Guru is knowledgeable in Vedas, that he can see. But how he will know whether that Guru is a realized soul or not? Then there is some clue given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He is not overcome by anger or lust or greed and malice. All these things can be externally observed. That is why Sanatana Goswami wrote that disciple may take 1 year to observe his Guru, live with him, to see. Because in the 1 year period, there will be different circumstances one can observe all these things. So one who is devoted to Krishna on transcendental platform, he has no any other material desires, so there is no obstruction to those desires, so anger cannot come. It is impossible. And he has no greed, has no this ego to all this. So this one can observe. But if one is really sincere for eternal welfare, then Krishna will quickly, he can reveal to him, yes, he's my person. He's my person. Then, rules for observing complete abstinence from sex life, that is brahmacharya, that came also with the Vedas, vocation in terms of Vedic injunctions, various professional duties in household life. Those who are in household life, family life, they have to earn for their livelihood, and there are prescribed professions according to your natural disposition in the Vedas. If you are Kshatriya, Brahmin, like this, so that also was there. Other ashramas like Brahmachari, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi, they will beg for their livelihood because their necessities of life are very minimized, so they can easily get from good people. Because they're in those ashrams, and in Varna ashram that is natural, they will offer. Here in Western countries this is not there, but then some simple way they may find. But for householder they need some profession to earn honestly and By that they will live, and they will also maintain others, family members, and also sadhus, and do chanting, and they will progress. And the method of maintaining a livelihood without anyone's cooperation, by picking up rejected grains. This will come later in some examples here. That is for highly elevated souls, how they may also minimize their livelihood to the extreme, because their whole time they are devoted to service of Krishna. Vaikanasa valakilio dumbarach penapavane nyase kutichakah purvam bhagavodo hangsa nishkriyo. The four divisions of retired life, that is vanaprastha, are the Vaikanasas, Valakilyas, Dumbaras, and Penapas. That will be described later in 7th canto. The four divisions of the renounced order of life are the Kutichakas, that is sannyasis, are also in four categories: Kutichakas, Bhagavadas, Hangsas, and Nishkriyas, or also Paramahansa, also some other. All these were manifested from Brahma. That will also be described later, how he will beg first from a village, and then that Bhagavadakas he will travel and he will take from many, and Hangsa, that's one, and Paramahansa is topmost. But after Paramahansa also Turiashrami will come. There are many these. So all came out of Brahma by the will of Supreme Lord. Anvikshiki Traivarta Dandanitis Tateva Cha Evam Vyahritayaschasan Pranavo Hyasya Dahrataha. The science of logical argument, the Vedic goals of life, and also law and order, moral codes, and the celebrated hymns, Bhu, Bhuva, and Sva, all became manifested from the mouths of Brahma, and the Pranava, Omkara, was manifested from his heart. That you will find explanations in Upanishad, Bhu, Bhuva, Sva, Om. That is Vedic part. That is very vast, for Vedas and those. Then there is a short one, that is Pancharatrik, that is directly engaging in the service of deity, and Bhagavat Path, that is Shravan Kirtan, to hear about Krishna and chant about him and his name. This Bhagavat Path is most merciful and best. Mahaprabhu gave this. Also Pancharatriki and Vedic to assist this one if that is necessary. But main importance is Bhagavat Path, Bhagavat Mark. You have to hear about Krishna from realized soul or bona fide Shastra, and you have to chant his name. That is Bhagavat Path. That is why also this Harinam initiation is most important of all. Others are given to assist, to help this proper Nam Bhajan. In some cases they may not be necessary, like Haridas Thakur and others. Prabhupada also did not give Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur to all. That is only necessary when it is observed that some bad habits are persisting and they have to be removed through engaging in deity worship and these things. So, or that may be also taken care of by some other means. There are different means, but chanting of holy name is most important. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Navadip, and he was already doing those kirtans in the house of Srivas, and atheists were not allowed, non-devotees were not allowed, but there were some simple-hearted, pious people, those who have Sukriti. They approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are so merciful, kindly please bless us, how we may attain our ultimate goal of life. You please instruct us, we surrender to you. Humbly they surrendered, really they were sincere. Then Mahaprabhu spoke this Mahamantra to them, and he said, you all go and chant this mantra, fixed number, and also at other times there are no rules and regulations when you can chant or when you cannot, so you chant this. By this you will get all perfections. Also, when he went to East Bengal, there was one Brahmin there, Tapan Mishra. He was simple Brahmin, but was having some confusion about the goal of life and what is the process to attain it. That was even before Mahaprabhu revealed himself as a devotee. That was before. But when he was there, this Brahmin, Tapan Mishra, he was doing his mantra job as a Brahmin, and he saw in his meditation, or no, it was in dream, some divine being came and he told him, you should go to Nimai Pandit. That time Nimai Pandit means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like a scholar, teaching students to earn money there in East Bengal. But he got this, no, you should not think him as earning, he is actually Supreme Lord himself, Krishna. You surrender to him, he will clear all your doubts, all uncertainties, all this. You go. Then Tapan Mishra submitted to Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu explained to him about different ages and processes like this. Then he told him, now in this Kali Yuga, Nama Sankirtan is to be done. So I am giving you this Mahamantra. He chanted full mantra, Mahamantra, and he told him, you repeat this mantra. Then everything will be revealed to you. Everything will become clear to you. What is the ultimate goal of life, prema, and how to attain it, process. You will meet me again later on in that Varanasi, Kashi. So this is most important. Mahaprabhu, and also when he was going to South India, he embraced them and he requested them, you please chant Mahamantra, and they got that prem, and they then distributed to others, and like this it went. So whole South India they became devotees. And Mahaprabhu made animals also chant Harinam in Jharkhanda forest. Deers, lions, elephants, all. Even trees they echoed. That is most important. Parang Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Supreme victory to the congregational chanting of this Mahamantra, and you will get all perfections. But there are other things, they may also be given, that is to help you serve the name properly, with service attitude. Pranava, Omkara, was manifested from his heart, from Brahma's heart. Om is holy name. From Om, everything is coming. Om is non-different from Krishna. Krishna says, I am Om. And you will find there are some other Bija mantras given in Shastra. They are also non-different. And Krishna name is also non-different. But Krishna name, Maha Mantra, is more merciful and more revealed, more manifested. That is why Mahaprabhu, he gave this Shri Krishna Sankirtana, means Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This you chant. Tasyoshnik asil lomabhyo gayatri chatvacho vibho trishtu mamsat snutu jagat astna prajapate. Our Gurudev told, because Shiva told that in Kali Yuga it will be very difficult to find bona fide Guru, Krishna, out of his extreme compassion, unlimited compassion, he himself came in the form of Guru as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He appeared because of this, and he gave these two gifts of Bhagavatam and Bhakta, means pure devotees association, where we can get that service of him. By his grace we can get all merciful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came to rescue all. Thereafter, the art of literary expression, Ushnik, was generated from the hairs of the body of the Almighty Prajapati, this means Brahma. The principal Vedic hymn Gayatri was generated from the skin, Trishtup from the flesh, Anushtup from the veins, and Jagati from the bones of the Lord of the living entities. Nowadays they are, you can hear Gayatri, they are putting on a mic, and some are even singing, making music, but you cannot get eternal welfare in that way. You have to receive mantra from bona fide Guru, who is from bona fide preceptorial channel, coming to, means going to Krishna, then you can get. And there are certain rules for Gayatri and all this. Then you will get eternal welfare. So nowadays they're just, but that you will not get eternal welfare, cannot get in such a way. Supreme Lord is Asamurdha, no one is equal to him, no one is more than him. You can get him only through submission. No one can exploit. That is only outward appearance of mantra, not actual mantra. Mantra can only be revealed to a surrendered soul, actual. So, or they're giving like this. There, one came to our program. She was like a tourist or something in India, and in some temple, someone just gave her that Brahma Gayatri, and she was asking me. Then I said, that is not the procedure. And she was asking, so what I should chant? That Gayatri I got there, no any procedure and this, and just gave. That is not process, that is not bona fide. So, and asking about Mahamantra, I said, you chant Mahamantra. And by chanting Mahamantra, if you will be sincere in your heart, then Krishna will send you his own person, real bona fide Guru. He will send to you, then you will learn everything. Like Dhruva Maharaj, he was hurt by his stepmother, then he was crying, and then his mother told him, you don't cry and don't be angry to her, She is not the cause of your suffering. You got by your own previous actions, you got this. And you should worship Supreme Lord because He is the only one who can fulfill all your desires. Then he asked how I can worship. Then she said, you call him. What is his name? Then she said, Padma Palash, lotus-eyed, Hari. Padma Palash Lochan, Shri Hari. Then Dhruva decided, yes, I will call him. He went to forest and was calling. And because he was sincere, then Supreme Lord sent his own person, Narad Goswami. You go to Dhruva. You will have to show him the path to me. Then Narad first tested him, and when he saw Dhruva is really sincere, Krishna already knows, that is why he sent Narad Goswami to him, but to confirm that, then Narad gave him mantra through initiation and all the instructions and everything. Then Dhruva strictly, fully followed what his guru told him. Exactly what he told him. That is why within a short period of time, only 6 months, he got a realization. Narayan appeared to him. Why? Because Narayan, he himself sent Narad to give him the way. That is the only way. Only Krishna can show the way to him. No one else. Krishna is beyond us. Only He is the only way by which we can attain Him. He has to reveal that. Either He will Himself act as a guru, like Krishna to Arjuna, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to many, Himself, or He will send you His own person who will teach you. Both arrangements are possible, and we have to accept what is arranged by Him, not according to our whims and this. No. How He wants to invite us, that we will accept. Those who are sincere, they will accept that. So tomorrow we will further here.